chemical and phase equilibrium. In chapter, we analyze combustion process under the assumption that combustion is incomplete when there is a sufficient time and oxygen. Often this is not the case, however. A chemical reaction may reach a state of equilibrium before reaching completion, even when there is a sufficient time and oxygen. A system is said to be in equilibrium if no changes occur within the system when it is isolated from its surrounding. An isolated system is in mechanical equilibrium if no changes occur in pressure, in thermal equilibrium if no changes occur in temperature, in phase equilibrium if no transformation occurs from one phase to another phase, and in chemical equilibrium if no changes occur in chemical composition of system. The conditions of mechanical and thermal equilibrium are straightforward, but the condition of chemical and phase equilibrium can rather involved. The equilibrium criteria for a reacting system is based on second law of thermodynamics, more specifically the increase of entropy principle. For adiabatic system, chemical equilibrium is established when the entropy of the reacting system reaches maximum. Most reacting systems encountered in practice are not adiabatic. However, therefore, we need to develop an equilibrium criteria applicable to any reacting system. Criteria for chemical equilibrium. So you can say we had a chamber here which contains CO2, carbon monoxide, oxygen. Now, probably the first thing that comes into mind is a chemical reaction between carbon monoxide and oxygen. Carbon monoxide reacts with oxygen to form CO2. But this reaction is certainly possible, but it is not the only possibility. It is also possible that CO2 in the combustion chamber dissociate back into carbon monoxide and oxygen. Yet a third possibility would be to have no reactions among the three components at all. That is, for the system to be in chemical equilibrium, it appears that although we know the temperature, pressure and composition of the system, we are unable to predict whether the system is in chemical equilibrium. In this chapter, we developed the necessary tools to correct this. So you can see here in this entropy and reactants compositions are given 100% and products composition is here is 100%. In this entropy and composition diagram, you can see if the entropy change is positive, the reaction will proceed in this direction. Now at this point, the entropy change is 0. So this is the equilibrium position, and beyond this, the entropy change is negative. If you check, the entropy change is negative and the reaction will stop at the equilibrium composition. So it means 100% reactants won't convert to 100% products. So at this is the equilibrium condition. So this is the most favorable condition, which after you can say when your carbon monoxide reacts with oxygen. So this is the condition, and corresponding to this condition, that is the composition of the products. So assume that carbon monoxide, oxygen and CO2 mixture mentioned above is in chemical equilibrium at the specific temperature and pressure. The chemical composition of this mixture does not change unless the temperature or pressure of the mixture is changed. That is, a reacting mixture in general has different equilibrium compositions at different pressure and temperature. Therefore, when developing a general criteria for chemical equilibrium, we consider a reacting system at a fixed temperature and pressure. Taking the positive direction of heat transfer to the system, the increase of entropy principle for a reacting or non-reacting system was expressed. That is, change in entropy of system is greater than or equal to del Q by del T. So entropy of system is always greater than 0. A system is surrounding from an adiabatic system, and for each system reduces to entropy of system greater than or equal to 0. That is, a chemical reaction in an adiabatic chamber proceed in the direction of increasing entropy. When the entropy reaches a maximum, the reaction stops. Therefore, entropy is a very useful property in the analysis of reacting adiabatic system. It appears that although we know temperature, pressure and composition of the system, but we are unable to predict whether the system is in chemical equilibrium. So chemical equilibrium of this you can say system can be explained by this term, that is change in entropy. So when change in entropy is 0, that is the equilibrium position. Means now there is no difference in you can say there is no potential which will cause the system to proceed in another direction. Neither you can say your composition will go to this direction towards products, neither they will go towards reactants. So they will achieve to the equilibrium. It is same as like when there is temperature difference, heat will flow, and when there is no temperature difference, definitely there is no heat flow. So this here in chemical equilibrium, this is the criteria, means when your entropy change is 0, the system is said to be equilibrium, means this is the most desirable position for that system. under the adiabatic condition. When a reacting system involves heat transfer, the increase in entropy principal relation becomes impractical to use, because if there is heat transfer, so means we can't go for this condition when entropy change is 0, because this del Q is 0. In that case, when your del Q is not 0, we have to select a different approach. A more practical approach would be to develop a relation for the equilibrium criteria in terms of properties of reacting system. Such a relation is given below. So you can see here del Q minus PdV is equal to du, and we know ds is equal to greater than del Q by T. From here you can find del Q is equal in terms of entropy. So du plus PdV minus TdS less than or equal to 0. So this is the our relation here for the system where heat transfer and will takes place, and also there is a work. So the differential of Gibbs function G is equal to H minus Ts at constant temperature and pressure. So when you take the differential at constant temperature pressure, you will get this equation. Now from the previous equation you can put the values here or for the, now that is your Gibbs function, differential Gibbs function is equal to du plus PdV minus TdS. And from the previous equation we always know that this is always less than or equal to 0. It means Gibbs function less than or equal to 0. Therefore a chemical reaction at a specific temperature and pressure proceed in a direction of decreasing Gibbs function. You can see here in this Gibbs function, and this is your reactants and products. Here reactant 100%. So then at that point your Gibbs function decreases the, you can say it will decrease at a faster rate, and then we will reach a equilibrium position where change in Gibbs function becomes equal to 0. Now your Gibbs function change is 0, means it is not further decreasing. So this is the equilibrium position. After this position, what will happen? The Gibbs function will start to increase. The change in Gibbs function is positive. So which is not possible as we had know this condition. It is always less than or equal to 0. So this is the violation of law, second law. So it means this is the equilibrium composition if you for the system where heat transfer takes place. That Gibbs function will reach a minimum value. The reaction stop and chemical equilibrium is established when the Gibbs function attains a minimum value. Therefore, the criteria for chemical equilibrium can be expressed as this Gibbs function, change in Gibbs function, temperature pressure is equal to 0. A chemical reaction at a specific temperature and pressure cannot proceed in a direction of increasing Gibbs function, since this will be a violation of second law of thermodynamics. Notice that if temperature or pressure is changed, the reacting system will assume a different equilibrium state, which is the state of minimum Gibbs function at the new temperature pressure. Means if the temperature and pressure will change, for that temperature and pressure, this state would be, can be here or somewhere here, depending on where your Gibbs function is minimum for particular temperature and pressure. To obtain a relation for chemical equilibrium in terms of the properties of individual components, consider a mixture of 4 chemical components, that is A, B, C and D, that exist in equilibrium at a specific temperature and pressure. Let the number of moles of the respective components be Na, Nb, Nc and Nd. Now consider a reaction that occurs to an infinitesimal extent during which differential amounts of A, B are converted to C and D while the temperature and pressure remains constant. So this is number of moles of A, differential change in number of moles of A product, differential change in number of moles of B product, differential change in number of moles of C product, differential change in numbers of D product. So the equilibrium criteria requires that the change in Gibbs function of the mixture during the process is equal to 0. That is, Gibbs function, change in Gibbs function, temperature pressure is equal to sum of change in Gibbs function for all at temperature pressure is equal to Gibbs function, and this is your number of moles. So this Gi, where Gs are the molar Gibbs function, also called the chemical potential at a specific temperature and pressure, and Dns are the differential change in number of moles of the components. To find the relation between Dns, we write the corresponding stoichiometric relation. So this is A, where V is stoichiometric coefficient, this is B, this is also stoichiometric coefficient, this is C, this Vc is stoichiometric coefficient, Vd is also stoichiometric coefficient, where V are stoichiometric coefficient which are evaluated easily once the reaction is specified. The stoichiometric reaction plays an important role in the determination of the equilibrium composition of the reacting mixture because the change in number of moles of the components are proportional to stoichiometric coefficients. So change in number of mole is proportional to your stoichiometric coefficient, where emissivity E is proportionally constant and represented the extent of reaction. Now, what is your stoichiometric coefficients? Stoichiometric coefficients are the number of moles which are required, or you can say number of moles on the reactant side which are required for the complete burning or complete combustion of the fuel, or you can say to balance the equation on both sides. So this VA represent the number coefficient, or you can say number of, you can say mole with respect to the stoichiometric equation. So C2H6 plus 3.5 O2 tends to 2 CO2 plus 3 H2O. So these are reactants. So this is your stoichiometric coefficient, that is 1. Here your stoichiometric coefficient is 3.5. Here it is 2 and here it is 3. So this is then, and where this emissivity is proportional constant and represent the extent of reaction. So for 1, you can say micromole, we can say micromole of C2H6 results in a 2 micromole increase in CO2, a 3 micromole increase in H2O, and a 3.5 micromole decrease in oxygen in accordance with the stoichiometric equation. So that is the change in number of moles of a component is 1 millionth of the stoichiometric coefficient. So here this value is 10 raised to power minus 6. Substituting the relations and cancelling this, we get, so this is the relation for Gibbs function number of moles. Now what you can do, you can substitute for number of moles here, 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 here into the equation, and you will get this equation. So this equation involves the stoichiometric coefficient and the molar Gibbs function of the reactants and the products, and it is known as the criteria for chemical equilibrium. It is valid for any chemical reaction regardless of the phase involved. So it's developed for chemical reaction that involves 2 reactants and 2 products for simplicity, but it can easily be modified to handle chemical reactions with any number of reactants and products. Next we analyze the equilibrium criteria for ideal gas mixture. The equilibrium constant for ideal gas mixture. Consider a mixture of ideal gas that exists in equilibrium at a specific temperature and pressure. Like entropy, the Gibbs function of an ideal gas depends on both the temperature and pressure. The Gibbs function values are usually listed versus temperature at a fixed reference pressure P0, which is taken to be 1 atmosphere. The variation of the Gibbs function of an ideal gas with pressure at a fixed temperature is determined by using the definition of the Gibbs function. So Gibbs function is equal to enthalpy minus Ts, and the entropy change relation for isothermal process is equal to minus Ru log P2 by P1. So it yields that Gibbs function is equal to del H minus T del S. Because of isothermal process, the change in temperature is 0, so the change in enthalpy is 0. So the Gibbs function is equal to minus T del S. So from here you can put this value del S here. This is Ru T log P2 by P1. Thus the Gibbs function of component I of an ideal gas mixture at its partial pressure Pi and mixture temperature T can be expressed as, so Gibbs function at temperature pressure is equal to Gibbs function. So this star T represents the Gibbs function at standard temperature and pressure, which is 1 atmosphere pressure, and temperature is equal plus Ru T log Pi. So we are substituting the Gibbs function expression for each component in equation we will get. If you substitute this Gibbs function for each component like C, D, H, B, we will get this equation here. This equation. For convenience, we define standard state Gibbs function change as. So we had taken this term, this term, this term, and this term, which will form del G is equal to here. So substituting this, we will get del G is equal to, we are left with only this term, that is RT log PC log PD minus log PA. and when you collect all these terms, so these terms become equal to minus RU T log PC PD PA PP. Now we define the equivalent constant Kp for the chemical reactor ideal gas mixture. So Kp is equal to PC PD by PA PB. So this is can be given as Kp, which is also called equivalent constant Kp. So rearranging, we will get Kp is equal to, so when you rearrange, you will get this Kp is equal to e raised to power minus del G T by Ru2. Means when you take terms on this side, you will get this relation. Therefore, the equivalent constant Kp of an ideal gas mixture at a specific temperature can be determined from a knowledge of the standard state Gibbs function change at the same temperature. The Kp's values for several reactions are given in table. Once the equivalent constant is available, it can be used to determine equivalent composition of reacting ideal gas mixtures. This is accomplished by expressing the partial pressure of the components in terms of their mole fraction. So this is, we know that partial pressure of gases depends on the mole fraction. So Ni is the individual component moles and N is the total number of components. So when you, so in terms of pressure here, you can replace this PC PD PA PV with this number in terms of number of moles. So Kp is equal to Nc Nd Na Nb into Py N total. So where del V is equal to Vc plus Vd minus Va minus Vb. In terms of partial pressure, we have this form that Kp is equal to this. In terms of Gibbs, it is Kp is equal to this. And in terms of equivalent composition, Kp can be written as number of moles of C, D, A and B into pressure by total number of moles. Equivalent constant of a distillation process. Using Gibbs function data, determine the equivalent constant Kp for the distillation process, that is nitrogen to 2N at 25 degrees Celsius. Compare your results to the Kp value listed. So the constituents of the mixture are ideal gases. The equivalent mixture consists of nitrogen and nitrogen only. The equivalent constant of the reaction at 298 Kelvin is log Kp. Kp is equal to minus 367.5. The Gibbs function of formation at 25 degrees Celsius and 1 atmosphere oxygen for nitrogen is given. So Kp is equal to e raised to power minus del T by Rut. So del G is equal to Vn Gn minus Vn Gn. So the values are given. For you can say for the nitrogen it is 0 and for N2 it is 455510. So this is your Gibbs function. So log Kp is equal to Gibbs function divided by RT. So Kp is equal to T into 10 to the power minus 160. The calculated Kp value is in agreement with the value listed. The Kp value for reaction is practically 0, indicated that this reaction will not occur at this temperature.